Senão uma kikirani, tsai, shabakirani, tsai, uma kikirani.
Six. Run it. Let's go. Up.
Now that is impressive. And who said RFK Jr. isn't a job creator? Welcome back, beautiful and amazing human beings. My name's Luke Rudowski here of thebestpoliticalshow.com, and we will be going live for the next 2 hours discussing all the latest and craziest news developing right now, as it looks like humanity and the American people, more specifically, just had a major victory online as a terrible omnibus spending bill is dead, thanks to Elon Musk and Donald Trump. As, of course, there's also a lot of serious talks about abolishing the income tax on Americans living overseas. Tim Cast might be selling his show to the Daily Wire as California just declared a state of emergency as the New Jersey drone invasion continues. What's really behind it? Well, that's exactly what we are going to be discussing for the next 2 hours on this independent media broadcast. We appreciate you guys getting this broadcast out there to the larger general public, and it's one of the few ways that this show actually gets out there. So to thank you guys for that, we make you a part of the show, and one way that we do that is, of course, through LukeUnfiltered.com. When you sign up to LukeUnfiltered.com, which you could do very easily just by clicking the description right now, you could sign up for less than 20 cents a day. You get the ability to call into the show, and you get to ask us whatever you want. We have also started to do new members shows right after this one, where we ask our guests their most controversial opinion. And with the guests that we have today, you could definitely expect a banger of a show right after this broadcast just for members alone. First-time callers also get free products on wearechange.shop. We got a lot of great products available for you. We just had an incredible range day as well for members of LukeUnfiltered.com. We're going to be doing another one probably February 1st, so stay tuned for that. We got a lot of really great, exciting things coming your way here, especially for members in the next year, as we are going to be doing our best to read any and all super chats, but we prefer you guys use the Streamlabs link also in the description that only takes a 3% service charge. We are still raising legal fund fees in order to make sure I don't go to jail on SaveLukeNow.com. The IRS is not treating me nicely, so we appreciate your guys' help in helping us get legal representation. As, of course, we probably will be needing more legal representation after we hear from our guests today. Those, of course, are really fun guys. They were on the show a few weeks ago. It was a ball having you guys here. We have Merch and Royce here from Revenge of the Cis. For the people who don't know you, who are you guys and how would you introduce yourselves?
Sir?
Okay, well, we are a political comedy podcast, more leaning towards the comedy than the political part. Mm-hmm. And yeah, last time we were here was awesome. It devolved into like Indian accents for a while. It was really fun.
Yeah. Last time I was very uncomfortable.
He was. It was. Yeah. Well, look, we're gonna be good boys now because we got
for an hour at least, and then on the next platform, just let loose.
We got our YouTube channel back too, so we know how to. We're being good boys now. So we're being good boys.
You better behave.
We will behave.
Can I give you some props? So we're already bonding. You had the old revenue boys on you too, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But last time I was a little uncomfortable, but it was a really funny show. So, but it was great having both of you guys on.
We're just happy you invited us back.
You guys were sitting here earlier. I was like, I can't believe we got invited back. I was like, I really like the show, and it's nice to push the limits sometimes, especially if you do it from a kind of really comedic, humorous way. And you guys definitely made a lot of people laugh last time. So it's always great to have both of you guys back.
Well, thanks, man. Thanks for having us back. This is always fun. We're looking forward to it.
Mersh, who are you?
I'm Mersh. I'm one of the hosts of Revenge of the Cis. I'm a man who enjoys Jameson and sports gambling, and I hate the government, and I like guns and cats. I'm a big cat guy.
Oh, huge cat guy.
And your long-lost sister is also here, Liza Trainer. She's in the house here as well. She's going to be probably joining your boisterous energy for this particular broadcast, and I made sure to specifically invite her. So. Who are you, Liza?
Liza Trainer. I make things you can't buy in a store.
And what's your Twitter account?
It's Liza Trainer X.
Marta Bueno es aquí too.
Aquí estoy with the camera that isn't
I'll fix
quite.
it. I'll fix
Can
it. You keep
please?
doing your introduction.
Thank you. Thank you, Luke. Yeah, so I am co-hosting, and today I'm pushing the buttons metaphorically and you know, actually doing. Yeah, I'm doing that today. So yeah, this is gonna be a fun show. Let's go.
All right, let's get into it as I now get back into my seat. After fixing the camera, I got to do
I
everything.
broke the camera.
I got to do everything.
I broke
in
the
here.
camera, Luke. What can you say?
As we just got crazy breaking news
Uh-oh.
that this spending omnibus bill that was, what was it, 15,000 pages or was it 1,500 pages? I'm going to double check right now.
1,500.
1,500 page bill that
I have it pulled up if you want.
yeah, sure. You can pull it up as well. As we have Mike Benz that just declared incredible W humanity, thank you X, retweeting Elon Musk that says your elected representation have heard you and now the terrible bill is dead. The voice of the people has triumphed. Vox Populi, Vox DEI. As the memes now are going around showing specifically Elon Musk taking out Congress, showing us that the voice of the people does matter, as it does look like Congress was up to some really dirty tricks, specifically Mike Johnson. You would think Mike Johnson, especially after Trump took him to the UFC, especially after he was allowed to walk out with them. He was the biggest nerd out of all of them. He definitely didn't fit in the group of people that walked out during that major UFC event. But you saw Donald Trump trying to, of course, work with him, trying to, of course, bring him in. He's been at Mar-a-Lago a lot, but he promised specifically there wasn't going to be any Christmas omnibus bills. And then he presented and tried to pass through a Christmas omnibus bill that luckily the American public caught, the people of Twitter caught, and then absolutely went to social media, went to their representatives and said, the hell you're not. We don't want this. It's horrible. We don't even know what's in it. The little things that are in it, we're going to tell you in just a little bit, were just absolutely awful. Here's the clip of Mike Johnson promising in September of this year, no, we won't do it, and then doing the very thing he promised not to do.
But overall, with the CR, as our leader just noted, we have broken the Christmas omni. And I have no intention of going back to that terrible tradition. So there won't be a Christmas omnibus. As somebody asked me in the hallway a little while ago, will there be many buses? We don't want any buses. We're not going to do any buses, okay?
And we got to get through this. So, look, everybody understands the necessity. It is not palatable. This is the sausage-making part of legislation that nobody likes. But we're governing, and we'll pick it up in January and start a brand new day for America.
Yeah, you're not really governing. You're just trying to pass through things when no one's paying attention. No one gets to read right before the holidays, and it's absolutely unethical and crazy that these people think that they could just get away with it because they used to get away with it. They used to get away with it. Now they can't. I think that's pretty awesome.
There will be short buses, that's for sure. Because that's what they.
We have one.
We have the Biden short bus
Oh
right
yeah,
behind,
absolutely.
right behind you guys.
No, look, Mike, we pointed this out when we saw it on our show with the UFC thing. He is such a nerd and so phony.
He was so uncomfortable.
When you saw him
at
coming
UFC.
out, he started doing the pointing before he was even in the crowd. He was like, I'm like the rest of them. That photo with him and like and RFK and Trump and all these people, it's like when one of these things is not like the other. Like
It was like Bill Barr.
Yeah. No, he is. I don't know what happened to him, man. If you listen to his old stuff, he used to be pretty based, and then as soon as he became,
Now he got greased.
Yeah, of course, you know, and that's what I always say. I'm excited that this didn't pass because honestly, I've been so demoralized for so long. I'm like, it's gonna pass. It always does. It always
Yeah, I thought so
does.
too. I was really afraid it was going to go.
And they really are just trying to shove as much crap through as they can before Trump gets in there. Like they are trying to do. Like we're sending missiles here, and we're doing this there, and we're trying to get a hot war going, and it's like they're doing a lot on the way out, and I think they just want him to. They just want him to pick up the old hot potato.
They really pulled that Assad thing right under the bell, right under the bell. They pulled that one off.
And I genuinely think it's just because on the way out they want Trump to have 90 fires to put out on his first day.
Oh yeah,
you know?
They want to make him ineffective for as long as possible. What they did last time.
Yeah. Only with more of a team event this time.
I just think after after the assassination attempt so many times, I think you just become bitter and petty, and that's where I would be. I'd be like, yeah, what are you gonna do to me now? Like, I don't care.
Yeah, he's even got a new drip. He's
Oh,
got
yeah.
a new haircut.
Oh yeah,
he's got.
He's
everything.
drinking regular Coke now. No,
Yeah.
he's
My
this is
man
a new
is-
man.
my man's going nuts.
He looks like Biff.
Yeah,
he
he
looks like
does.
Biff from Back in the
Yeah,
Future.
that's
what everyone's been
this
saying,
man
yeah.
is something else. He's new. It's a new Trump.
It's
It
you
really
know,
is. You could see it on his face even.
It's Biffco Casino Biff specifically. That one, yeah.
No, but it's incredible to see because he took part in the larger conversation today as well, as Matt Gaetz has officially declared that Elon Musk killing this bill is highlighting how he is more powerful than all the Washington lobbyists combined, since they were all in for this bill. They didn't get their bill. They didn't get their way, mainly because of Elon Musk. And that is huge. That is something major that I think a lot of people who have taken the black pill should kind of realize today. I wish Tatiana was here so we could rub this in her face and be like, Tatiana, listen, look at what's happening here. This is something that, usually if this was 4 years ago, we wouldn't even be having a conversation about it on Twitter. It wouldn't be even a major big deal since Twitter was hijacked by a lot of the nefarious kind of intelligence agencies that pull the strings of all these social media companies. But now it is a major public town hall where people are coming forward and saying, you know what? No, I don't agree with this. We will make sure to primary. We will make sure to fire all of the politicians, including the Republicans, that screw us over in favor of these lobbyists. And we have a Fox News clip that actually highlighted this in a very perfect way. Here's the clip that shows you in context the historic moment that just unfolded right now.
We're told right now in the past 30 or 40 minutes here that they might try to pull this interim spending bill off the floor and maybe just go with a clean bill. Unclear what that means for disaster assistance. Here's what happened. A post on X by Elon Musk sent shockwaves through the Capitol. House Republicans were trying to see if they have enough votes to pass the spending bill in the next hour or two. Musk posted that anyone who votes yes should lose their office in 2 years, and lawmakers are scrambling.
Tweets from Musk, has that complicated this?
Well, I mean, I think that there's always a lot of interest in what's happening up here, and
this is more than interest. They're telling people if they vote yes, they should be voted out.
The social media world is a part of our politics, and I think members have to expect that. There will be a lot of hard votes in the next couple of years.
A member of the House Republican leadership told Fox that Musk is not helping. The lawmaker added that Musk has bigger fish to fry.
See, here's the thing. I don't think government, period. So let's start right there. So anything that stops them from spending even for a second, every time we hear the government's going to shut down, I'm like, good, how long? Forever? That sounds great.
Yeah.
So they are panicking. There's a lot of humana going on now with them because they now see that, no, he will campaign. Look, I also know the double-edged sword. I don't like that the entire world, the entire freedom of this country is laying on the back of one billionaire. That's super scary to me, obviously. But that being said, them feeling uncomfortable, them feeling like they've made us feel for how long is so nice. And I know it's petty, but it's nice.
Yeah, but this billionaire needs to rely on support from the people that he has on his social media companies.
Right.
Because there's people calling him out every single day.
That's true.
On things that they don't like, that they don't agree with. And it definitely does look. If he wants to keep good standing, if he wants the people to be on his platform, he has to be an open and transparent person. And this is why I'm so excited about Doge, because this kind of highlights the larger window to what is possible with this new government agency that Elon has actually announced will be met with the Dogecast, a podcast with him and Vivek Ramaswamy, where every week they will be getting into details about the government waste and the government programs that are absolutely horrible for the American people. So this is exciting, man, because this really, again, I agree, we shouldn't put our faith in just one single human being, but there's something bigger here. He only has power mainly because he has so many people that are listening to him. He has so many people that he's able to reach, again, through his social media platform. He paid a lot of money for it, yeah, but respectively, he still needs to respect the wishes of the American people. And I think with this particular moves, he wins a lot of favor with the general public. Martha, what do you think about this?
Really, me? I agree. I agree. I'm thrilled. I actually went through the trouble of looking through the 1,500 pages of junk in there, and the fact that they always sell us this opinion that like we have to pass it and then find out what it's in it later, and America needs this somehow. I'm so thrilled that Elon Musk is
God bless Elon Musk.
Absolutely, God bless Elon Musk. I mean, and yeah, I'm scared too that we're depending on Elon Musk. Like,
Yeah.
It's a little scary. It's a little scary.
It's creepy. It's creepy
Relax,
that
guys. We're not depending on one billionaire. We're depending on 2 billionaires.
Oh, okay. Then we're fine.
If
that makes it so much better.
If something happened to X, things would catastrophically change very quickly.
Yeah.
No, 100%. Look, I'm the person who's been saying I really hope that he does something with the video infrastructure to actually compete against YouTube and stuff like that. That would be great. You know?
I want him to create a search engine.
But that's a lot of money. That's
no,
lot
that's
of server space.
Again,
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
the biggest problem is obviously the server space. But my thing is with this I'm just glad that Ron Paul lived long enough to see at least some of the stuff that he to be listened to. Like I know he's going to be on the Doge thing, and so Thomas Massey said too he's going to work with them. So I mean, look, we say this on the show. It's like even if they do a small percentage of what they say they're going to do, that's more than anyone's ever done with cutting any part of this government.
If they cut 20% of expenses, it would be historic.
Oh yeah,
Like, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Like all this talk about, and I think a lot of people are getting their hopes up. They're putting the cart before the horse. They're like, we're getting rid of the Department of Education. We're going to get rid of the ATF. And I'm like, none of that's happening. Don't get excited.
Look at how
However, having maybe 12,000 less agents in each one of these places and paying less
That would be
salaries,
nice.
shutting down some field offices and, stuff like that, it's still going to save us a fortune. So I don't think we're going to abolish any part of government, but we certainly should be slashing and gutting as much of it as possible.
No, it's
Why?
exciting. I just asked in the chat room, do you trust these 2 billionaires? I'm specifically mentioning Elon Musk and Donald Trump.
Right.
And then it looks like it's a mixed bag. But if you're on YouTube, you can now vote and let me know what you think. Martha, you were saying something.
I was just saying, why are you trying to kill my dreams here? Like I really hope that they Javier Milei this thing. And you're like, nah, 20%. I mean, like,
It
come
just
on.
seems too good to be true.
I'm just being pragmatic.
Okay,
I'm
so
being realistic.
Here's why you live. Okay,
I agree. I'm just you're. It's right before Christmas. Don't tell me Santa Claus doesn't exist. Anyways,
he's a Jets fan and I'm a Dolphins fan, right? So we're very used to disappointment, right? So you have to get used to disappointment when you're a fan of teams like that.
We got Aaron.
I live in disappointment. I have been a libertarian for 20 years. I do know disappointment.
Hey, you're
But
looking
don't tell
you're
me-
looking at 2 Ron Paul 2012 guys here. We get it.
You're talking about a guy whose team signed Aaron Rodgers, and on opening day he ran out with the American flag and tore his Achilles tendon. I'm used to disappointment. Okay.
Look, listen. Here's the thing. Like we said, even if they do a small percentage of it, it is still more than anyone's ever done before. But I think the bigger thing is more people are catching on. A lot of stuff that, like you said, was libertarian pipe dreams, people are going like, that actually makes sense. And it's not a weird thing to say anymore. You know, it's
Right.
like, this is getting crazy.
And being a libertarian is no longer like a dirty word. It's no longer like, oh my God, you live in your mother's basement. You know,
Yeah,
like
you're unrealistic.
I mean, still a huge percentage, but not all, not anymore.
Unless your name's Chase Oliver. That's pretty dirty.
Well, no, he's not a libertarian. He's another thing.
I don't care what happens. I look at it this way. I think it's fantastic that so many people are wide awake now. Everybody knows exactly what's going on. It's no longer you're voting for the prom queen or, you're voting for the guy with the best hair or the nicest car. You're voting for somebody's policies, and everybody's wide awake to what those policies are.
Well, I mean, after 4 years of what everyone went through, and no matter how much they try to gaslight people, everyone's like, "Look, I don't care what you tell me. Eggs are way too expensive, right? Like that's it. That's what
I'm
matters."
not voting for eggs. I'm voting for all of it.
Right.
You know?
I didn't vote for his policies. I voted for him because he's a felon who does shady dealings, and I'm like, that's my guy. That's my kind of people.
We literally released a shirt saying, I'm voting for this convicted felon.
Yeah, of
because
course.
he was a convicted felon. I was like, that made me want to support him that much more.
The government doesn't like him. Cool. I don't like the government. See, that's the problem with that is I don't think when they tried to run that felon angle, I really don't think they understood how fed up people were with the government, especially after all the lockdowns and stuff. People were like, okay, I can't do this anymore. And I think they pushed back.
Especially when the charge was like lying on a loan application. I've never done that.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Seriously.
Every single person that
Pretty
was
relatable
standing in
crime.
judgment of him had done the same.
Yeah, no,
or
seriously.
worse.
And anybody that ever got a refinancing loan, and then when they were getting their house appraised, they're like, "What is that in the back?" "Oh, it's a pool." And they're like, "No, I'm pretty sure that's your cesspool." "No, it's a pool. It's an in-ground pool. Just put down in-ground pool." Extra money on a refund.
But, a lot of the shenanigans, that's low-level stuff compared to what they do within the government. That's nothing compared to all the crimes that all these lobbyists and special interest groups get passed through a lot of these bills that no one even has time reading. So shouts out to Elon Musk. When people do good, they deserve support. When they do bad, they deserve criticism. And I think that's the way that we should be approaching these kind of situations. Instead of just worshiping people, we should be calling it out in real time because, anyone could change. Anyone could flip at any time, especially with the larger kind of intel agency operations that exist. As, of course, we have some interesting details surrounding Matt Gaetz, too, that we're going to be talking about in a little bit here. But the memes continue on Twitter, highlighting what a lot of people are really excited about, really happy about, and that is them having a voice with governance. As Donald Trump also led his support with Elon Musk, saying that he was totally against this resolution, this spending bill, and Trump and J.D. Vance just released a joint statement on all of this, saying, quote, "The most foolish and inept thing ever done by congressional Republicans was allowing our country to hit the debt ceiling in 2025. It was a mistake and now something that must be addressed. Meanwhile, Congress is considering a spending bill that would give a sweetheart provision for government censorship for Liz Cheney. The bill would make it easier to hide the records of corrupt J6 committees, which accomplished nothing for the American people and hid security failures that happened that day. The bill would also give Congress a pay increase while many Americans are struggling this Christmas. Increasing the debt ceiling is not great, but we'd rather do it on Biden's watch. If Democrats won't cooperate on the debt ceiling now, what makes anyone think that they will do it in June during your administration?" And the statement, of course, continues on as truly these statements, having Donald Trump behind it and actually representing a larger voice for the American people, does highlight something that is incredible to see. And this is another one of his accomplishments before he even becomes president of the United States, as he is already making a larger political impact here. I know you guys are, slightly less optimistic. I'm hugely optimistic. I think we should be optimistic. I think we should be reaching for the stars, because if there ever was a chance to do a lot of the stuff that we always dreamed about, it's now more than ever.
Oh, agree. We were saying that the other day. Agree with that. If it doesn't happen now, this is it, right? Like, this is the experiment. This is like, we're going to get this done now. If they actually put their head down and are not, I think it's a different atmosphere now. So I think more stuff will get done. I think the media is scared. I think Joe Scarborough bent the knee. That was hilarious. I think Trump calling Trudeau the governor of Canada is hilarious. And I think that when he won the popular vote, he's going to push more stuff. It's just, it's just like the Lindsey Grahams and those kind of people, the ones that, that he, look, to be fair, that he endorsed a lot of them that stabbed them in the back. And those are the people that I'm worried about. Look, he looks like he has more people around him that are shielding him better than before, but, I guess time will tell. Look, I hope that he does. Let me be clear. I hope that they do everything they're going to say, plus more,
I remain cautiously optimistic.
Yes.
At least it's not as boring as it was under the Biden administration.
100%.
At least it's a little bit more entertaining now, as Donald Trump also just released a statement making fun of AOC, as she just lost the battle for the leadership seat in the Democratic Party. As Donald Trump said, quote, "She should keep trying. Someday she will be successful." Officially declared by Donald Trump.
At least you
on
tried,
Truth
kid.
Social. Another thing that Donald Trump is talking about is abolishing the income tax on Americans living overseas. This is a no-brainer, and it makes perfect sense. As, of course, if you are an American and you're trying to live abroad, the American government makes you still pay taxes even if you're not living here, which is ridiculous. It is theft, and Donald Trump is saying that he will actually be doing his best to get rid of this. Here's his statement on it.
My fellow Americans living abroad, I need you to join me right now in saving our country. Our country is in very serious trouble. You have to make sure that you are registered and you are going to vote, because I'm going to take very good care of you. I'm going to take care of our nation. We're in a failing nation, and we're going to bring it back, and we're going to bring it back strong. Once and for all, I'm going to end double taxation on our overseas citizens. You've been wanting this for years, and nobody has listened to you, and you deserve it, and I'm going to do it. It's the right thing to do. And no American leader has ever been willing to stand up and commit to you the way that I have on many things. But this is a very important element for your safety, security, and frankly, for your wallet.
Absolutely. As of course, Trump made that statement before the election, but now the Daily Mail is reporting on it today that the MAGA Republicans are actually moving forward and launching this bid, which would be huge. As of course, a lot of politicians love to take, they love to steal, they love to spend. Donald Trump actually wants you to keep your own money. Holy frickin' cow. I don't know about you, Martha, but I kind of like that idea.
You know me. He had me at less taxes. I'm so happy with him these days. And as a libertarian, I feel dirty saying that. It's like my dirty little secret. But I'm like, he says he's going to free Ross and lower our taxes. And I wonder what if this has any effect on Roger Ver's case, since he's being accused of not paying taxes and he's no longer a U.S. citizen. But anyways, yeah, I'm thrilled. I'm excited. I can't wait. Let's go. What do you guys think?
I don't think there should be income tax, period. So anything, there's no tax is amazing to me.
I was going to say, I saw abolish income tax, and then I just saw a bunch of words after that I wasn't really interested in.
You had me at abolish income tax. You had me there. Anytime we're not giving the bloated machine anything, I'm very happy. And it is messed up, man. People overseas are already have to pay the taxes of the country they're in, and then over here for what? For the privilege of being in America?
And then if you give up your American citizenship, they come after you.
So, no matter what.
Yeah, so you're kind of like you're damned if you do, and you're damned if you don't. So you're right. He had me at abolish taxes.
Yeah.
But even if it's one tax, even if it's one thing, like this idea for Americans that are like, who's going to pay for the roads? Like, if you start abolishing taxes little by little, maybe they'll realize that the roads are still going to be equally as messed up as they are now.
We live in Orlando. Disney pays for the roads. So,
basically.
They used to pay for the roads thanks to Santa's. Now that area, not so much.
Well, no, they still, as far as like making sure the roads are maintained going in and out of Disney, they throw a lot of coin around to make sure that your experience getting in and out of Disney is smooth and pothole free. So it's like they'll cough it up. Somebody will cough it up.
Anyway, AOC should love Trump because he wanted to abolish tips for waiters and waitresses, and like that's what she does and should be doing. So that she should be happy, right?
She's moved on from that now. She's no longer.
If he
she might go back. I don't know. She's not doing that well politically now in Congress.
I mean, she is not, and she does not look great lately. Whatever.
I'm thinking though, if he does pass this,
have you seen her lately?
No, I haven't.
No.
Listen.
Yeah,
okay.
Do tell.
Okay.
She's aging like a plantain.
Listen. Listen. I'm Cuban, by the way, but as it is.
Are you really?
Yeah.
Oh, me too.
No, bro, like literally, dude, bro,
They swam here on the same raft.
Bro, I used to live in Hialeah, bro, like for real, dude.
Like I never lived in Hialeah.
I know, no, let me guess.
I'm like Kendall.
I know a Kendall.
Like, listen, this is
Hey,
all
go Kendall,
Kendall,
bro.
okay?
No,
Dude.
Wow, two Cubans in South Florida. What are the odds?
You listen to cops, like literal law enforcement. They like make fun of Hialeah cops. Other cops all over the country make fun of Hialeah cops.
And then Hialeah cops make fun of Opelika cops. It's funny.
I can't believe Opelika even has cops. For
well,
what?
remember when
That's
they
right,
hired
Israel, Sheriff Israel.
Scott Israel. They hired him for a while.
They hired him to be the police after the disgraced thing, kerfuffle, because I know where we are. They hired him to be like, and he left after a year because like,
I don't think he made it a year.
I'm not doing this. But yeah, no, I mean, look, going back to the point, like, look, big reason we live in Florida is because no income tax. So anytime they could do anything to let you keep your money, I am in for it. I don't care whose money it is, as long as the government's not getting it. I don't care. I'd rather burn it. I'd rather burn it than the government have
If
it.
they're going to do this, abolish taxes for people living overseas, what do you think? Revenge of the Sis live from Mexico?
Yeah.
We'll build a nice studio out.
Buy a Carmen where all the expats live. Let's do that.
Then the only tax you really pay in Mexico is you just have to
cartels.
pay off. Yeah, local cartel guy. You make sure your money's
You'd
on
get
time
a better
every week.
deal.
Yeah,
It would be
Honestly,
a better deal.
And probably better services.
And they would be more honest about
The
it.
cartel keeps their roads great. They're the best. As long as you pay them, the roads are great.
Yes. As Trump is even weighing the option of getting rid of the income tax in general and replacing it with tariffs. I don't know what you guys feel
That's
about
awesome.
that.
Yes.
It works in Florida. I mean, we don't have income tax in Florida.
I mean, look, I'm all for it. I'm all for getting rid of the income. There should be no income tax, and if there's a tax in general, it should be a flat tax. If anything we get closer to that would be great. And I think that if the spending is so out of control. I was reading some articles on MSNBC. It's like Scarborough's like, they can't cut all these things. The $1 trillion are on these programs that nobody cares about. I'm like, yeah, we get cut so much stuff. And every time you think that's it, we've cut everything, I bet you I could find more.
Yep. And where do they take your money? Well, they spend it against you, as perfectly represented by Texas Lindsay. That was retweeted by Elon Musk today that said, this criminal bill must not pass. Luckily, it didn't pass, as she highlights one section from this 1,547-page bill that included an extension for the Global Engagement Center, a massive contribution within the censorship industrial complex, a company, an organization that pressured social media companies to censor Americans. Yeah, I'm sorry, I don't want my money going there specifically. There's also other provisions within the bill that would make AI images illegal and would send people to jail for 2 years if they created AI images of politicians doing
things they really do.
things that they probably do behind the scenes here. As there was also a provision in there that, of course, would allow 12 new bioweapons laboratories. Yes, you heard that correctly.
That's what we need.
This is Mario Nafal here saying Congress just greenlit a bill requiring the Secretary of Health and Human Services to set up or maintain at least 12 regional biocontainment labs across the country. I think their biolabs in Ukraine are about to be recalled or stopped, and I think they were trying to open up new centers inside of the United States. But yeah, I don't know about you guys, but this definitely does seem like funds that I don't want my money going to.
They can't help but name their organizations like evil, like James Bond, like Global Engagement, like everything. Every time they name like Ministry of Truth, every time they name something, it sounds like cartoonishly evil organizations. No. It's like I don't want global anything.
It's 1984 vibes.
Yeah, it's weird. It's like this global engagement center, and it's like, you know what? We need more labs because we haven't learned our lesson. Let's just throw some more of those around there. And AI images, they're illegal because we don't want to make Lindsey Graham, AI stuff what he probably really does in real life. Nobody wants any of that,
Yeah, I don't know. I have to disagree with Luke on this one. I mean, honestly, having lived through the last couple of years in this country, if there's one thing I learned from 2020 and 2021, we don't have enough biolabs or propaganda.
That's true. We need more.
More censorship.
Yeah, we need more censorship. We need more biolabs. That's just my opinion. It really did well for us last time.
And we need to spread them out. Don't put them on an island somewhere safe.
And then
let's get them in heavily populated areas.
And just one-armed security guard at night who sleeps in his truck.
Blind.
Right.
He's a blind one-armed
narcoleptic one-arm security. I'm with you here. I actually think this stuff is great.
It's very diverse, So
well, DEI is important. Really, it really is important.
Yeah. Absolutely. Towards racism and discrimination against everyone that actually is qualified for the job.
I said it was important. I didn't say for what.
Yes, for the destruction of America. Yeah. As American Airlines yesterday declared that they're getting rid of their DEI program. A lot of other corporations have also declared that, we're just going to get rid of this rhetoric. We're just going to pretend like this never happened. You shouldn't, by the way. You should support independent media, especially this holiday season. You should go out there and purchase products from individuals that are actually providing you a good service and not the corporations out there that are screwing you over and bending the knee to the woke industrial complex that, of course, is there to ridicule, attack, and make fun of you for just trying to live a normal frickin' life. So it is just absolutely incredible to see so much waste, but more importantly, so much of my gosh darn money literally be given to institutions that censor and destroy my livelihood and ability to even speak. The censorship industrial complex under the Biden administration was thriving. The levels of disinformation, the levels of propaganda that they have instituted against the American people is absolutely criminal. And I think we're seeing their last kind of breath. And I think we're seeing it with this drone program. We're going to talk about the drones in a little bit. But in related biolab kind of facility conversations, we have this one from the Daily Mail as well that is describing how California has just declared a state of emergency over the H5N1 bird flu as Governor Gavin Newsom issued the state of emergency because of these bird flu reports and is now saying that he will take all necessary steps to prevent the spread of this virus.
Is this him Trump-proofing California, like he said? Is this one of his Trump-proofing things? Is by starting a little mini pandemic?
Imagine unironically living in California in 2024.
Not on purpose.
Like, what a glutton for punishment you must be.
No.
Yeah.
No, as it looks like a lot of people are saying, well, they're just going to run it back. They're just going to, lay out all the stuff. Who knows if this is actually legitimate or not? A lot of people have questions about anything related to viruses now, whether it's legitimate or not, because of how the government just abused its power a few years ago during the national health emergency that, again, even according to government's own reports within the Senate, came directly from laboratories that we were financing, that we were funding, that we were investing in making viruses as deadly and as lethal as promised. If you remember, Dr. Fauci's right-hand man was just on the national television a few days ago saying, as soon as Trump's in office, there's going to be a lot of viruses that are just going to get out there
like
to
magic.
the general public. As of course, now we also have breaking news specifically from Wisconsin that just reported its first positive human case of H5N1 bird flu. Now, we have heard this throughout the entire year. There's been little rumblings that this was going to be happening for quite a while, and it definitely does look like this is something that we are now once again talking about. I don't know about you, but I'm kind of fatigued talking about this. We've been talking about this almost all year round. It comes back and it doesn't come back. I don't know about you guys, but I'm so just out of it. I'm automatically, even if it's real, I'm like, I don't even care anymore. I don't care.
That's what's so scary about it is if it is real, nobody's going to take them seriously. And what makes you think that isn't the long game anyway? If they put out the first one knowing that people were going to, not believe it and not go for it, then when they do it again, nobody's going to take precautions and they can get their real kill rate, how many deaths they actually want.
Well, we'll see, especially with a lot of good people now at the helm of the health agencies. I think they will actually be assessing the situation and are a lot more trustworthy
who's
than the current guard.
Facts?
Well, I think they have a way of kind of discerning the propaganda since a lot of the people like RFK saw the propaganda in real time during 2020 and 2021 and were the people that were actually exposing it as it was happening. So having a person like that in the helm of HHS, amazing, incredible to see, as the responses here are very telling as well. You scroll down a little bit. The first response is this meme saying, I'm not buying it. Another one, another person here, Adam Gartner says, throwing the kitchen sink at stopping the Trump inauguration. Another person, like clockwork. And again, everyone here is saying this is just nonsensical theater. Is it, or is it the real one? How do we even discern now with such a lying, duplicitous government that can't even tell us about who is flying drones in New Jersey right now?
I mean, I just worry about like the whole cornered animal thing where that's the biggest thing. It's like, they're worried. I think a lot of people have a lot of stuff that could get exposed. And I think that it's not so much whether it's real or not, it's whether what they're capable of doing. And I think these people are so worried about getting in trouble that they're capable of doing anything. And that's what scares me. I mean, he 2 assassination attempts, just that, and who knows? So, do I think that there's good people that are going to be in charge? Sure, but I think that the rot is so deep in the government, what they call the deep state, that's what scares me. How do you root it all out?
Yeah, that's the same analogy I made today on the Quarterings show. I was like, they are a cornered animal just showing their teeth here. Yeah. And that's a dangerous animal. That's an animal that is going to act out. That's an animal that's going to try to survive. And it's a ferocious, it's a very infected, it's a very disgusting, nasty animal that has done a lot of harm historically to the American people. So it is worrying to see all of this kind of unfold, to see this kind of herd now, because as I've been saying, ever since Trump got elected, everyone was kind of celebrating. We celebrated here. We opened up the champagne bottles, we smoked cigars, but then as soon as we did, we were like, this is where the hard work actually begins. This is where the instability actually really begins. In between now and January 20th. We're still a few days away. And I think people need to understand that the craziness, I think it's only beginning. I think it's only starting, and I think that's why we're seeing so many crazy things unfold in our society right now. California declaring a state of emergency. Really? It's December 18th, right? We're still almost a month plus away from the inauguration. And there's a lot of crazy things that could happen in between now and then. So it is a very dangerous time, and I think it's one of the most dangerous times to be in exactly right now.
You just got to have to say, are you willing to kill off maybe your grandchildren? Because you ever notice that it seems like the mentality of these false flags and things like that seems like an older man. It doesn't seem to have the roots of a younger generation. And you got to say, these people that are pulling these strings and making these things happen, do they have grandchildren? Do you want your kid to grow up in a world where he has to wear a mask, where he can't go outside, where half of his friends are dead? You can't go to school. Do they want that or not? And then you got people like Lindsey Graham, have no kids, have no family, and they're like, they want to see the world burn.
I gotta ask, in your theoretical, is my kid ugly in this hypothetical?
Yeah, it's important to know.
It's gonna weigh a lot on whether or not I would like him to wear the mask.
Well, Mersh swears bring up on the show, but I like how Mersh calls it. He can't wait for Gay January 6th.
Yeah, I coined it.
Which could happen.
Yeah,
it could happen.
This is Gay January 6th.
Gay
It's going to be really
It's
fun.
gonna be lit.
It's going to be
wild.
super fun. It's going to be great. They're going to complain, and you know what's going to be great? I hope that they don't put any fences up. or any
I hope they don't put any feds.
No, I hope
in
they
there.
don't. I hope they leave it down.
Feds.
Yeah.
Do you think they'll put feds in the crowd?
It's going to be very
Oh
effeminate.
my God, it's going to be
It's
interesting.
going to be, yes.
I can't wait for trans Ray Epps.
No, it's gay. No, hold on.
We gotta storm the buildings, boys.
It's Gay January 6th. So
They're going to arrive in their Jaguar cars.
It's Gay January 6th. It'll be ATF agents, but yeah.
Oh my God!
Very well said. I could see it now.
Yeah,
I
telling you, man.
almost want to go and dress up for this event.
Yeah, no, seriously. Just you know what? We'll go undercover, okay?
We have to stop the government. Let's storm the building, boys.
Come on.
Oh God, what happened?
Stop! I'm wearing my bad heels.
I don't know how it got there. Just get it out.
Everyone's just lisping everywhere. I hope it doesn't happen, but with the way that things are going, man, anything could happen right now. As man, we are absolutely in a crazy, unpredictable time. Martha, do you think we'll have a gay January 6th?
Well, oh boy, now it's my. Listen, I don't reach this camera. Stop calling me. I'm like trying to reach. I'm like, oh God, it's terrible being
short
on my
arms.
and now it
She
won't
got elf
focus.
arms.
Yeah, and
No, it's okay. No, it's fine. You're in there.
And
You're
now
good.
it won't focus.
No, it is. It's fine. You're focused in there. Look at you.
Listen, we need to fix this camera. It's terrible, but at least Steph reaches. I don't. Okay, this is terrible. You're making me.
You're
look
height
even-
inclined.
I am. I'm very.
You need a
Vertically
reaching
challenged.
stick. You need a reaching stick.
I get you a pencil.
We need a camera that does not shut off and focuses. That's not too much to ask, is it?
It's a challenge. You yesterday declared that women are great multitaskers. All right.
Yeah.
So prove it. Prove
I
it, Martha.
am.
We'll see
I
how
just
great of a
don't
multitasker
reach.
you are.
I don't reach.
Sounds like an excuse. Anyway, let's continue on with the speculation that we are left with, as there's so many different things right now at play here. I think the drone story is one of the biggest ones. We have this latest article from the New York Post describing how the drones that were spotted near at least 17 military bases were, quote, located next to Chinese-owned land inside of the United States. Yesterday,
Shocker.
But that's, to be fair, that's not unfair. Most of the land in the U.S. is owned by China anyway.
Yeah, I've been to a farm before.
Oh, it was located by the White House?
yes.
Next to a military base.
Yeah, seriously.
Was it Hunter Biden's property?
Yeah,
that
seriously.
Have you
watched to
seen
him?
the recruiters in San Francisco? They're all Chinese.
Oh, yeah, the secret police force in
Yeah.
New York they found in China. Yeah, this government's, it's infiltrated.
It's like pretty much
We're
like,
just
yeah,
pouring them in. We're
it's
just
it's
pouring
flying
them
next
in.
to Chinese-owned land. You're like, yeah, I've been to Los Angeles.
Yeah, seriously.
And then when the shit really hits the fan and a whole bunch of people get killed, they're going to go, where did it come from?
A wet market.
They'll have a prefabricated excuse.
Yeah, sorry, we were eating bat. Ever heard of it?
Yeah, and
It's
pangolins.
really delicious.
Yeah,
It's bats and pangolins that made it all happen. As yesterday, we specifically played a clip from a member of Congress after coming out of these classified briefings saying, yeah, they're Chinese, absolutely, 100% Chinese. And the levels of just duplicity and confusion that we're hearing from the government surrounding this entire case is just exhausting. testing. Now, a Texas congressman claiming, yep, absolutely, they're sent by China. Really? Is that why they're flashing lights with FAA rules on top of them? Is that why the U.S. government says that everything's legal and lawful here? Is that why other elements of the government are now denying it and saying that it's just hobbyist drones? Again, everyone is lying here. One of the biggest theories out here was specifically that these drones were looking for radioactive particles because there could be potentially some kind of nuclear suitcase or small nuclear bomb or dirty bomb located within the northeast area of the United States, and that these drones are kind of sniffing it out. Joe Rogan recently had Ryan Graves on his show, who came out and dispelled these rumors, and he came out and gave his theory to why he believes that is not true at all. Here's the clip, and let's discuss it afterwards.
Where it is and to go get it, right? So you can imagine that would be their number one priority, right? So I engage with these folks. I ask them, what's the sense here? People are kind of starting to panic a little bit, and this message is getting out there more and more broadly. And they assured me that's not the case, that there is not a loose nuke or other type of weapon of mass destruction that these objects, whatever they are pursuing right now. Otherwise, they would be working in a skiff nonstop to make that go away, that problem go away. So, that's part of why I have a high confidence level that this is not a response to a massive imminent, weapons of mass destruction threat on the eastern seaboard. So I just want to try to dispel that rumor right now. I've seen a lot of talk of that online, and I don't, although this is I think a dangerous and scary situation that's going on right now, at least from that particular angle, that's not the indications I'm receiving.
So how would they persuaded you? Just by saying that's not the case? Or have they given you any information that leads to this conclusion?
They would be the people actively working it, essentially, right? So,
and they're not.
They told me there's no bomb.
They told me. They told me there was weapons of mass destruction. They told me the banker bailouts were good for you. They told me, it's just
By the way,
an injection that's going to help you.
I like how he assumes that his buddies are just going to break confidentiality protocol and tell him, yeah, we're looking for nukes out there. First off, that's not how it works. They wouldn't be allowed to tell anybody if it was top secret. So, yeah.
Unless you're Hillary Clinton.
Again, look, first off, I don't even know if it's nukes and stuff that they're looking for. Maybe not. Maybe, but whenever I hear this, it's like I said, then I go, no, it definitely is. Why are you that felt like somebody running cover because I'm glad Rogan asked that question.
Stuttering and stammering through it too. Like a dirty bomb in New York. That's not, look, that's not what we're doing here.
Trust us. We're from the government. My friends in government told us that we're not doing this.
My buddy. No, look, if anyone would know, my friends who were in the government.
He
sorry.
told me, all right, that is no dirty bomb. Yeah, and I tell the TSA I don't have weed on me when I'm leaving Vegas too. But you know what? We all do things.
Yeah, we all lie.
I love what you said about aliens. You said you used to believe there was aliens.
Yeah, I used to believe there were aliens until the government said there were aliens, and now I don't believe there's aliens. Like I don't. Every time they say something, you're lying. And look, maybe the problem is I wouldn't think that if I wasn't right like 90% of the time. Like, ever go, no, I don't believe you, you're lying. Remember when they said that, Russia just blew up their own pipeline because they're crazy.
Of course
and
they did.
What?
Russia,
Who believes that?
Russia blew up their unlimited cash cheat code.
Yeah, no, you're right.
In the middle of a hot war because they wanted to own us?
Because Putin is Heath Ledger's Joker. He's just burning money because it's funny. No, I mean... whenever that reply, the reply is like, well, they would know. They would. First off, they wouldn't tell you. Like, you would not know that. Your buddies wouldn't know that. Hear
me out on
They
this.
just hate. They just hate us for our freedoms, guys.
Oh God,
It's a thing.
Yeah. Look, here's the thing. The reason that they search us at TSA, and I said this on our show, but the reason they search us in TSA, if you break it all down, the reason our life is miserable there
is to terrorize you.
No, it's
it
not.
is to terrorize
Make
you.
me walk through a machine that scans my penis.
Yes.
Yeah. You know what you do when you're getting scanned by the TSA? At least what I do is just moan a little bit. You're allowed to do that legally. They can't stop you. You go, ugh. they'll really get that over with real quick. They don't want to deal with it.
I don't agree. I
until-
don't agree. If I start moaning, my thing might last a lot longer.
Well, the female TS.
Yeah, yours might last
I
longer.
said I wasn't referring to you.
If Liza's the TSA agent, she's gonna have fun doing that.
They'll be like, "Hey, we need help. We need 3 more people." No, I meant me.
Hold her still.
Yeah, seriously.
I could
She's
just,
getting away.
she likes it. She likes it. It's fine.
I will say about going back to the dirty bomb thing, and if they're really worried there might be one and they're trying to cover it up, why don't we just do what we've always done in this traditional country of ours? Change the meaning of the word, the definition of the word dirty bomb, right? We did it with gain of function. We did it with the word recession. You know what I mean?
We did it with gender too.
Yeah,
Gender's a new
we
thing
just
too.
redefine stuff. Just say, yeah, it's not a dirty bomb because we
It's not a
changed.
cat anymore.
We changed what the definition of a dirty bomb is.
Yeah.
So it can't be a dirty bomb.
And what about your ideas on what do you two think about this being part of Operation Bluebeam? And would they bring in some type of a vaccine and say, oh, look, the aliens gave us a recipe for this vaccine, so now you won't get the space bug. Aren't they nice?
I mean, I don't know. I didn't even take the vax from dudes in white coats that are human beings a few years ago. I don't know if I'm going to trust the alien juice, but maybe some.
But could you imagine? I mean, what a way to do it.
They're
Say,
pushing a lot of this alien stuff. So
why?
Space Force can eventually
But
drain us of
the
all of our
aliens will
revenue.
make us sick, so you're going to have a vaccine for the aliens.
I mean, we live near Clearwater, so we're used to all the xenoscientologist alien people. So I guess it's not as weird. But I mean, if I get like flying powers like Tom Cruise wants to have, I'm fine with it. I guess.
I don't need to get too deep into maybe they're going to do that. Everything is as simple as this. They're going to invent this whole alien thing. Then they're going to go, the aliens are attacking. We need more of your money. That's what
And more of your freedom.
Everything boils down to yes.
And more of your freedom while you're at it.
We need you to have real ID, and we need you to pay 30% more in
'Cause
taxes.
you could be an alien.
The aliens hate us because of our freedom, guys.
Yeah,
Mitt
that's what it
Romney
is.
told me. Mitt Romney told me that the aliens hate us because of our freedom.
And
and
I
the
heard some of
probes
those
that they
aliens-
give you more freedom and liberty.
There's
And,
going to be
so-
a bunch of people that are going to like probe part, I guess.
And then the minute they go, did I just hear somebody call the aliens anti-Semitic? And you're like, uh-oh, you aliens are in trouble. We're heading into space.
I made a very bad joke about the Krasensteins because they were calling on the aliens to save humanity, and then I just responded that they just want to get probed. Which is a little inappropriate. I apologize to the Krasensteins. We still hope you guys come on our show. Martha, we have some super chats here. I couldn't stop it. I couldn't help myself. I was like, they just set up the perfect layup, and I'm like,
If they're going to come on, get them booster seats. Sorry, go ahead.
Oh, phone bugs.
Listen, I'm also vertically challenged. That's not nice for me.
But you're a girl.
Yeah, it's different.
Is it?
Yes,
those
it's
guys are
completely
idiots.
different.
Yeah, the difference is men are attracted to petite women. Women, it's not the other way around. No woman ever goes, I like a petite man.
No.
Martha, we have some super chats. Let's read them off, please.
We're going. So we've got, oh boy, do I really have to say that name?
Best guess.
Icon buckets.
You do, Martha. Come on. Family-friendly show here, Martha.
We're still on
My
YouTube.
goodness.
We're on YouTube.
That guy got that account just so you had to read
You should
that.
be ashamed of yourself.
And then
You know
because we had to be
That
put on the
name
show.
needs to be attached to more money for me to read that ever again. Anyways, Mersh's thoughts on Phil's 162 versus Mensick plus 138. Do you understand
what does
this?
that even mean?
I don't know what this means.
He knows.
either.
He knows what he's doing. Shut up. I did very bad betting on tennis today. Shut up.
He gambles on female tennis. If you want to hear the
men's
saddest
tennis.
thing in the world,
It was men's tennis.
that's
sir.
not better.
No, what happened was usually they do good with tennis, but they played in Saudi Arabia, and Saudi Arabia's like, we have our own rules, and it's like, oh, okay, well that's not fun.
So, okay, we're going to the next one. Luke, we got a $100 from
Yep,
Just
we're
Cause I'm
popping off the
Free.
boobs. Oh, yeah.
Sup, everybody. If this is real or not, I don't care. I refuse to live in fear. Give me dangerous freedom over protective control.
Agreed.
Hell yeah.
Absolutely.
100%.
Hallelujah. I think that's what a lot of people believe now, especially everything that we went through in 2020 and 2021. Looks like we got another boobtacular bazunga popping rumble rant. So let's go.
And that is from Hadid. And it says, it's a link, Luke.
Yeah, it's a link to King Tut SNL
we gonna
Steve
play
Martin
it?
video.
Are we gonna play it? Let's play it.
We probably can't play it
No,
on
you're gonna
YouTube. We'll
strike
play
it.
it.
You can play it on the Rumble site.
We'll play it
So,
on the Rumble site
damn
when we
it.
go over there.
We-
Yeah. So
our
what's
audience-
the story here?
That's our audience. Look, the thing is
They're
that
trolling us.
we played the Steve Martin King. The Steve Martin did that King Tut song. Remember the SNL?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It's one of the worst things
I
in the
hate
world. And then because of that, see, the problem with our fans is they're evil. So if you tell them we don't like something, all they do is send the King Tut video over and over again to
Well, it
us
started
now.
with me saying I hate Steve Martin. I never understood why anyone thought he was funny, and King Tut was terrible. So he started playing it regularly just to torture me.
I did it to myself.
What
But
about-
then he started getting tortured by it, and now the audience tortures us.
What about Howard Stern's "Oh Black OJ"? Did you ever see that one?
Yeah, I remember. When Howard Stern used to be funny, you mean? Yeah.
You never saw that? Oh my god.
Anyway, we're going to be playing that clip on Rumble for
To
the viewing
torture them.
enjoyment of our
have to.
guest.
You don't
in
have to.
order, No, we have to. I mean, he gave a nice Rumble rant, so we're gonna have to play it on Rumble.
They need to see this. This is what your $100 did. Look at that torture.
We respect.
They don't give us
we respect-
$100
yeah.
to play it. They don't give us $100 to play it.
We respect.
That's
we
for Luke's
respect all of our
defense
super
fund.
chatters. We respect all of our viewing audience.
Forget,
As of course,
forget Luke's fund. We need a better camera for Steph here, okay?
you guys have the best camera. That is the best camera in
just
this
gotta-
entire
you
room.
just gotta set it.
There's an easy fix to fix it, and
Then
I've been,
do it.
I'm
do it
too
tonight.
busy. I'm already the tech guy. I'm the tech guy. I'm the audio guy. I'm the
Or we get
producer.
her, a risky
I'll
surgery
do
to
it
make her
tonight.
arms longer. We can
I
make her
like
arms
that. I
longer.
like that. I think that's the logical solution here.
Shouldn't
That
the
I
tech
would
guy-
absolutely.
No,
agree.
this. You know what? This chair needs somebody that's
You
like
need
bigger.
a booster seat.
I probably do need a booster seat, but this chair is for tall people. Have you seen Steph? She's like tall.
She's
Whatever.
a closet liberal.
She's beautiful. She's this tall, gorgeous woman, and I'm too short. So, anyways, back to y'all.
Let's play the rest of this clip by Joe Rogan, which I think is fascinating to look at because a lot of people are saying it's a little suspicious that Joe Rogan is talking about this at this particular time and moment.
They're not working it, right? So either the government is holding back that secret from the direct resources within the government that are responsible for finding these systems, or they're not working the issue because there isn't an issue there to work.
Then what are they doing? Why are they continuing to fly drones in these kind of patterns right at night? Why do we keep getting mixed messages from the government there? That's what Rogan should have said automatically.
Did you hear
Operation
Whoopi?
Bluebeam.
Did you hear what Whoopi said they were?
No.
Whoopi said, I swear, you can look it up. Whoopi said that maybe the drones are like from some New Year's celebration that the whole country's going to have, and it's a secret. And I'm like, wow, the level of stupidity is mind-blowing.
Absolutely insane. Let's play the rest of the clip.
Sorry.
So the thing that I had heard was that it was a missing nuke from Ukraine. And if that was the case, what could they do? Is there any truth to this idea that we have the type of drone capability that we could send these things out and they would search for gamma radiation and they'd be able to find a nuke? Is that
So there are teams that respond to those types of potential emergencies, typically within the Department of Energy. Having potentially hundreds of drones flying around trying to identify these isn't necessarily the best way. Gamma radiation is typically well shielded in weapons, and at very high altitudes or even moderate altitudes, like we're seeing these objects, it would be pretty difficult to detect them. And the way that NIST, the DOE, typically operates in this environment is ground-based teams searching for radiation itself. So it's not necessarily consistent with how they would do it to begin with. And then based off of that other information, that's what leads me to believe that's not the case.
Well, that makes me feel better because I was freaking out this weekend.
Come on, Trey.
I think a lot of people were.
Yeah, I got a couple. But it's one of those things, especially in this day and age.
Yeah, Joe, this is where you ask, okay, so it's not that. What is it? Tell us, what are you doing? Why are they
Stop
playing?
telling me what it isn't
Yeah.
and tell me what it is.
Exactly.
And all these excuses are okay, but everything is like that meme. What's your source? Because I said so. Like that's not. Oh, your buddies. Okay, I don't know your friends. I don't know who they are. Like so, I'm not just gonna take your word because you're on Rogan. It's look. I don't think there's anything nefarious with Rogan. I think Rogan is specifically is interested in this kind of stuff. Always has been. But I also think that he could be a little easily like, oh, this guy in the room is
manipulated
saying it.
and
Yeah,
naive.
yeah. I think
He's
sometimes
not known for asking hard questions.
No, he's not,
especially
yeah.
when he had the old Twitter CEO on. He really got a lot of flack for that. He got a lot of flack for also having Mark Zuckerberg on and not holding his feet to the fire
Yeah.
and not really just countering back and being like, wait, hold on here. Let's actually look at this. Let's actually find out the larger truth here. Again, he's the best podcaster in the world. Truly one of the most influential, one of the most powerful people. And his form of free flow conversation is really something that is very engaging, but it's not journalism. It's not hard hitting questions. It's not trying to kind of really dig in there. And it does reach a huge amount of people. So, props to Joe Rogan, but I think absolutely he should have done a better job asking a lot of the questions here. As some people are saying, wait, this guy's a former U.S. Navy pilot and he still has privy information to black ops programs. How? And if he is talking to these people that are running these operations, then why doesn't he tell everyone exactly what's going on here, other than kind of running defense for what a lot of people believe is one of the most plausible kind of explanations to all of this? Now, is that the explanation here? We don't know. All we know, and I think the clear truth here is that the government is deliberately trying to freak people out. They are deliberately trying to spread confusion, and they're deliberately trying to create uncertainty amongst the American people. And that right there is messed up. It's evil.
They're setting us up for something. We just got to wait and see what it is.
That or, again, they're doing anything they can before Trump gets in. That's what's happening.
Yeah, guaranteed there's something nefarious behind it.
Because Trump said the moment he's in office, he'll tell everyone what it is. He said, he said, I'll tell you what it is as soon as I go in, but I need to,
I will say to your point about Rogan, though, as far as like, and I think I've heard this sentiment a lot from people where they say, it's a great show, it's engaging, it's a wonderful conversation, but he's not like a journalist. I feel like there's a lot of pressure from people sometimes that they put on this guy to be a journalist when he has no interest in being a journalist.
Yeah.
Yep.
Like he wants to do a show where, he talks.
It's a talk show.
He talks to Robert Malone one day, but the next day he has Shane Gillis on to call Tony Hinchcliffe gay. Like, you know what I mean? He just wants to do a show he enjoys doing, and it's. I don't know. I think there is a lot of people sometimes that are like, Joe, you could have done better, man. And it's like, he doesn't owe it to you.
People
though,
forget that he started doing this in his room, and his biggest sponsor was was Fleshlight.
Yes.
Like that was old Rogan.
I remember those. I was watching those videos, and I was like, wait, why is he advertising this particular product?
Because back then that was the only people that were advertising was like Adam and Eve and any like Fleshlight. The podcast back then, nobody wanted to advertise on podcast.
Yeah, and he definitely revolutionized this whole kind of scene. And he picked up the idea from Tom Green, who was kind of the originator of this larger kind of long-form conversations. And you could go back many years ago when the two kind of met together, and Joe you could see the wheels spinning in his head being like, this is an amazing form of conversation. This is something that we should really, invest a lot of money in, because this is a lot better than what we're seeing on the corporate media, which is crap. The corporate media is out, independent media is here, and we're here mainly because of products and services that we provide to you, and one of them is our creatine. We have Common Sense Creatine. It's something that I personally take. I personally like. I've been taking this for about 6 months myself. We did a lot of research, and we literally found the best creatine in the game, and it is our Common Sense Creatine that you can get right now on wearechange.shop. Check it out. I made sure to spam the website with a lot of informational content where you could just click on a number of videos. We have like 5 videos that you could watch on wearechange.shop when you click on this creatine stuff, so you could actually know exactly what you're putting into your own body. Because if you want to get the best out of your workouts, if you want to feel stronger every day, sometimes the simplest boost makes the biggest difference. And that, of course, is our Common Sense Creatine, which is pure, reliable, and a way to power up your performance. Whether you're lifting weights, running, or pushing through a tough session, the creatine helps strength recover and helps you do it in a faster, more focused way with 99.999% purity. You're fueling your body with the good stuff. No fillers, no nonsense.
If you're looking to improve endurance, boost muscle growth, or sharpen your mental game, this is a supplement that's got your back. Keep it simple, stay strong. Try our Common Sense Creatine and see how far it takes you. Find it now at wearechange.shop.
Yep, and by doing that, great stocking stuffer, especially if you have someone that is older in your life. This stuff really does really well for older women as well, specifically when it comes to cognitive function as well. Creatine, absolutely amazing. Do your own homework, do your own research, and a great stocking stuffer that you could also give a loved one who is trying to take their health seriously. And we can't thank you guys enough for supporting us by getting products that we actually put our name behind, that we did a lot of research on, that we personally take, and is an overall win-win for everyone involved here. So on that note, we're going to move over towards a free speech platform where these guys are going to be fully unleashed. They're not going to be behaving at all, and we're super excited about that as
They
well.
can say the 7 dirty words out loud.
Liza will. She's volunteered.
She's already said she's going to do it.
She's going to say them herself. So it's going to be a very exciting conversation. There's some crazy news coming out of Germany. There's some crazy news coming that alleges that Tim Pool is selling his show to the Daily Wire. There's crazy news surrounding LeBron James. We'll get into all of it on the next platform, which is thebestpoliticalshow.com. The conversation does not end and continues there. Mersh, where can people find out more information about you before moving over to this free speech platform?
We're Revenge of the Sis, YouTube, Rumble. If you look for me on Twitter, I'm at Gooning on Rumble.
Great name.
And I'm at Hippo Juice Film. Just search for Royce Lopez. I'll come up.
Yep. Liza?
I create stuff that you can't buy in a store. And you can find me on X, Liza Trainer X.
Yep.
And you can find me here on the show and on X at Bueno for Miami.
All right, guys, we're moving over. I think we already have a caller from a member of LukeUnfiltered.com that we're going to be going to in about 30 minutes from now. But sign up. We're going to be doing a lot of really cool things for you guys. And then you could catch me tomorrow on Timcast and then Friday on Timcast as well at AmpFest. So it's going to be a very busy traveling adventure for me in the next few hours. Wish me luck. It's going to be a lot of fun. See you guys on thebestpoliticalshow.com. As now we are officially